Acquiring fortune from nothing may seem like a mission impossible, particularly if you've always thought that wealthy individuals either inherited their wealth or were fortunate enough to have important connections. Two things are clear from the aforementioned data. First, riches may be created out of nothing. And second, the number of people doing the impossible is rising. We beg you to explore the various methods of creating wealth from nothing, rather than daydreaming about the fortune you wish you had inherited. In this video, we'll look at doable actions that you can take right now to start creating wealth from nothing and move toward leading a life that is more financially independent. Make sure to click that subscribe button before we continue. Number 8. Get knowledgeable about finances. The first thing that must constantly shift in order to make any significant changes in our life is our thinking. Anyone can create a financial arc to endure and thrive in the future, stated business tycoon and rich dad, Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki. However, in order to construct an arc with a strong foundation, you must devote time to your financial education. Hence, devoting time to your financial education is the first step towards creating riches out of nothing. Learn to understand key words such as earnings, costs, net worth, ROI, passive income, and financial freedom, among others. Take classes, read books, listen to interviews and podcasts, and read blogs like Sarwa's that provide financial knowledge. Remember that, similar to all forms of education, financial education needs to be an ongoing endeavor. Never give up learning. But in this case, care is advised. There is a lot of false information out there as a result of the democratization of financial data. Make sure you only follow respectable blogs that will point you in the direction of resources from dependable and prosperous business owners, investors, and financial experts. Number 7. Find a consistent source of income. Without a steady stream of income, it is difficult to create riches from nothing. Without saving money, you cannot invest, and without a steady source of income, you cannot save. This means that multi-level marketing, Ponzi schemes, or gambling do not help people create lasting wealth. Acknowledge and disregard those who tout easy ways to get rich fast, like working 3 hours a week to accumulate wealth. The source of sustainable wealth is long-term value creation. You can't really generate sustainable wealth if you're not producing goods or services with intrinsic worth and making money from them. Thus, if you don't already have a decent job, get one. Here are 13 actions you may take, and if you do, hold on to it. As a small business owner, keep your attention on adding greater value over the long run. According to self-development guru Brian Tracy, all wealth comes from adding value, which involves creating a company plan that can produce more, better, cheaper, faster, and easier than someone else. Number 6. Establish a spending plan. Making and following a budget is essential if you want to learn how to create riches out of nothing. Using the previously mentioned regular source of income, you must now establish a monthly budget in order to get control over your expenditures. A budget is a financial plan that includes projected income and expenses for a given time period. It is necessary for every household or person to establish a monthly budget in order to determine their anticipated income and estimated expenses. Living without a set budget is like trying to navigate the financial world without a map, and you can be sure that you'll end up lost in the mists of money. A well-liked method for budgeting is the 50-30-20 rule. Using this method, you can create a budget that allocates 50% of your income to necessities, such as rent, mortgage, food, and medical costs, 30% to luxuries, such as entertainment, travel, and shopping, and 20% to savings and investments. Number 5. Get adequate insurance, but avoid going overboard. Insurance is a necessary expense that you should include in your budget. By getting insurance, you can avoid suffering significant losses in the event of unfavorable circumstances for both yourself and your primary assets, autos, homes, etc. You should, at the very least, get health insurance to protect yourself financially in the unlikely event that you contract an expensive illness. If you don't already have one, choose the best health insurance plan for you by researching and comparing options in the United Arab Emirates. If you own a car and a house, you should think about getting both types of insurance. In addition, you should think about getting term life insurance if you have dependent family members and children. Creating wealth is a fantastic thing, but it will hurt terribly if you lose it to unanticipated events and situations. Thus, take initiative and protect the items that are most important to you. Don't overinsure though. There are plenty of worthless insurance products on the market. If there isn't a compelling reason to purchase more, stick to the aforementioned. According to Jack Ma, the richest man in China and the founder of Alibaba, buying insurance does not change your life. It prevents your life from being changed. Purchasing insurance won't make you bankrupt, but not buying it will make your loved ones bankrupt. Number 4. Make extreme income-based savings. Although the 50-30-20 guideline is an excellent place to start, if you work hard, you can save a lot more money. There are going to be a lot of things in your budget that you may eliminate or decrease once you make the commitment to building wealth. In doing so, you won't be by yourself. Communities that encourage extreme savings techniques are abundant these days. The most well-known is the FIRE movement, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. They push followers to save a sizable portion of their monthly income through extreme savings methods. One of the founders of the FIRE movement, Jacob Lunk Fisker, advocated and put into effect a plan that involved investing 60% to 80% of one's monthly income. At the age of 33, Fisker decided to retire, and he currently makes $7,000 a year living outside of Chicago. Based on their personal finance experiments of cutting back on spending and the consumerism that drives them up, Fisker and other leaders in the FIRE movement have built sizable networks. They accomplish this in a number of ways, such as by making and producing necessities, such bread, tables, etc., rather than always purchasing them. Fisker receives a sense of accomplishment in addition to money gains, which he considers more fulfilling than materialism. Even while saving between 60% and 80% of your income may be too ambitious for you right now, it does show you that there are plenty of options to reduce your spending that you have probably not yet looked into. Number 3. Establish an emergency savings account. Establishing an emergency fund is the next step in creating money from nothing after learning how to save a sizable portion of your income. A self-funded emergency fund is similar to insurance. It's money placed aside for unanticipated events like job loss or lockdowns brought on by pandemics, as well as unforeseen costs like auto repairs. There are 2 ways to make things worse when unanticipated costs and events occur: taking on debt and or selling your investment. You lose money when you sell your investment and the interest that the investment could have generated from market exposure if you had not sold. You also pay interest on debt. Thus, we advise you to learn how to establish an emergency fund as soon as possible in order to prevent those 2 situations. You should have 3 to 6 months worth of spending in your emergency fund. Additionally, make sure the money is in a savings account that you can quickly access in case you need it. Similar to insurance, having an emergency fund won't make you rich, but it will keep you from having to liquidate your investments or go on debt in case of an emergency. Number 2. Develop your skill set. Reducing spending or increasing income are the 2 strategies to build up your assets and savings. Although a lot of financial counselors concentrate on the former, the latter also has to be given equal consideration. If you work, enhance your skill set by enrolling in specialized courses and devoting yourself to ongoing professional growth. Enhancing your hard and soft talents will help you acquire better job offers from other firms or promotions, which will increase your salary. If you run a small business, you should give your clients greater value, devote more resources to innovation, and deepen your grasp of the market. You can raise your revenue and market share by doing this. Number 1. Examine suggestions for passive income. Apart from augmenting your earnings from your occupation or enterprise, you ought to investigate diverse prospects for generating passive revenue. In contrast to your job or business, passive income is the money you make that doesn't need your constant presence or labor. For those of us studying how to create riches out of nothing, passive income is essential. Remarkable investor and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway Warren Buffett once stated, "You will work until you die if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep." There are lots of options to make extra money in the modern global and digital economy. However, be cautious of schemes that promise rapid riches, such as Ponzi schemes and online betting, when investigating these prospects. Subscribe now for more amazing videos like this. Thanks for watching.